Bitcoin Friday. We got Cinco de Banana back here with us. We're going to look at Bitcoin on the hourly chart, the short time frame, so you know what to watch for the next several hours, even going into this weekend. We'll zoom out to the 4 hour, the daily, so you can get a good snapshot of where we are, what levels to be watching for. So if you like the video, if you like Cinco, hit the like button, right? Follow us on Twitter, Telegram, Patreon for more content. Let's jump right to it. Hourly chart, right? We've had some volatility over the past couple hours. Why? Well, we had major USD events, right? The non-farm employment change, usually the biggest volatility expectations of the month. Unless you have FOMC meetings the same week, right? Then you're, potentially in for some violent swings in both directions. We're getting that now. So expected 181,000 new jobs. We got 253,000 new jobs. So good. Right at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time that came out. And you saw some moves to the up and moves to the down very violently, very quickly. That is of no surprise, right? If you've been around for those before, we move up and move down, and no matter which way you think it's going to go, it's probably going the opposite direction and your direction, but probably not in the order that you picked. So here we are back after nuking up and down. We are now back to nuking up and down, even in this hourly candle. So patience, right? The moving averages are moving relatively sideways, so that's your odds, right? I mean, we're just kind of trying to find our trend, but if you zoom out, even on the hourly chart, we're in this little uptrend here. This is our kind of our cut line where we would actually likely roll over here. 28,750-ish or so. It would break all the moving averages. It would break our previous low, right? So what to watch for today, right? That low. On the flip side, right, for the bulls, 29,350. If we can close above that, this uptrend is still intact, and then we can zoom out to the 4 hour, right? You're above all your moving averages, prices above your moving averages. You're naturally, by definition, more bullish than bearish, right? That's what you should lean towards for sure until proven otherwise. This is specifically why you want to watch for closing candles and not try to anticipate the close, right? Only half of this 4 hour candle is gone, and we've gone all the way from a low of 28.8 and a high of 29.3. So we'll see where we close, but bullish so far if we close up here. If we close above the EMA 8 at 29,000, right, that is still intact for the uptrend, and that is likely the direction we move forward until proven otherwise. And you have that number, right, and look at the kind of the flip level, flip zone, right? I like zones more than harsh lines, right? So that's kind of our zone. We broke through it, came back, retest, hold support, and now we're still in our uptrend, right? Look at the closing lines, right? You can draw like your little channel here, right? Here's your lows, here's your troughs, connect your peaks. Here's our channel that we're in. We're in an uptrend by definition, right? On the 4 hours, so watch for that. Where would we break the uptrend, right? Well, our crack would start here. We'd make a new low. Also watch, we want to make a new high, right? If we don't, then that's your warning sign, right? If we don't do that, right? If we don't close above this, that closes 29,212. It doesn't have to be this candle, but we need to make a higher high before we make a lower low, right? So by definition, that's what you're looking for. So on the 4 hour, that's it, right? Let's zoom out to the daily picture and see if we got anything else brewing, right? We're still above all our moving averages, but we're in we visited kind of this zone, this sideways zone for a while. We even revisited a couple days ago. We're now back above it, right? This sideways trend, the consolidation area. We're trying to get moving, but also the warning, and what is a little bit more, causing hesitation is we're making lower highs here. So we could see this morph into a kind of a descending kind of triangle area over the next coming days, rest of May, right? Maybe we end up doing this, right? This low here. And so that's what you want to watch for. On the flip side, right? What bulls would want to see is obviously not that, but a higher close than here, right? We haven't closed above that. Our high right there at close at 29.5, let's call it 29.5. Kind of, you can drag this back and kind of see that, right? You can see the support kind of flip to resistance. So we need to take that back and flip it back to support, and then all eyes on your next level, right? Your next breakout. Again, I don't like the line quite as much as I like this zone. So we're going to go up here, and I would like to clear multiple candles above here. And then once we do, right? Fresh local highs, and who knows where we're at next, right? So uptrend, right, and still proven otherwise. The 100-day crossed the 200. Historically, that's done very well for Bitcoin. Looking at golden bull markets, right, whatever you want to call it. We do have a golden cross, which we talked about yesterday, right? Yeah, that is simply your 50-day crossing the 200-day, right? These are SMAs, simple moving averages, versus EMAs, and we got that actually back in here. And if you need more conviction, right, you can flip over to the DXY. And you want to look for a death cross? Did we get that? Yes. Very similar even before Bitcoin. So death cross on the DXY. At very similar times, we're getting a golden cross on Bitcoin, right? DXY, let's just look at that real quick, right? The weekly chart, let's take off that. Let's put back on our EMA ribbons, right? We have our top up here where we're holding resistance at the 21 week, right? That's where we rejected last time. Now we're back at the 100 week, right? We've closed multiple weeks now under that resistance 100 week EMA, right? With our moving averages pointing down. That's not a great sign if you're investing. If this looked like Bitcoin, right, you're in deep shit. DXY, you guessed it, deep shit. Cinco says so. More conviction. Well, let's look. Right, Heikin-Ashi candles, that tells you your momentum. Right, wherever the wicks are is your momentum. Bearish, 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 bearish. We're seeing a start of tug of war between the bulls and bears. Right. We'll see. There's a fight right now, and it's indecisive. So let's watch this weekly close. Happens today, right? The DXY closes on Friday. We'll see what that ends up doing. If it closes again under the 100 week, the odds are still going down further, right? And we will see if we can get that break of the 100, the psychological 100 level. And more importantly, let's look at the 5-day Gaussian channel, which we've been looking at, for weeks now. If this turns red, right, and it looks like maybe another couple weeks when it drops down, right, that's usually the kill shot for the DXY. Last time that happened, we're looking at 2020, August 2020. We fell down under it, turned red a couple weeks later, and crypto, long live crypto bull runs, right? So that's what we're looking for. Flip that coin. Let's go back to Bitcoin. 5-day Gaussian channel. We're at the verge of turning green, right? Another couple of weeks, maybe. This 5-day candle closes today. Let's watch this close. It could potentially turn green today. That would be, Cinco de Mayo, Cinco de Banana miracle, right? Fingers crossed, bananas crossed, no peels for that, right? I don't think it's going to happen just yet. I think we'll probably need another couple of weeks, but would be a nice, Christmas in May, right? So that's what we're looking for Bitcoin on the bigger picture time frame, right? Nice move to the upside, turned bullish on this candle, right? Because we got above midline on the Gaussian channel, and we're seeing that play out. Look at the support off the bigger moving averages, the 200, the 100 EMAs, right? Let's go to the weekly, take off the Gaussian, and the positives for the bulls, again, holding multiple weeks of support on the 100-week EMA after getting above it, holding above the EMA 8 on the weekly. You must be bullish. You can't be bearish when you're above all your moving averages on any chart, especially the weekly. So will we close up here? I don't know. Crypto closes on Sunday. We still have 2.5 days until this guy closes. If we close anywhere above the EMA 8 on Sunday, that's just shy of 28K. If you close above 28K, it's still, you got to give the odds to the bulls, right? Nothing's guaranteed, but you're playing the odds. That's why TA exists. It's to put the odds in your favor. And I'm telling you, the odds are with the bulls as long as we're closing above EMA 8. So hopefully you find that helpful. Let's get to quote of the day. Keep this nice and short for your Friday. I refuse to join any club that would have me as a member. Groucho Marx. Hilarious. What a good guy. Quote, car of the day. Well, we did that one yesterday. Let's remember to close the windows here, bud. We're looking at the Audi RS7 2022. Looking pretty sharp. One of my favorite Audis for sure. The RS7, 4-seater, hell of a lot of horsepower. Looks pretty aggressive as well. That's the front. Here's the back. Love the new taillights. RS7. If I was going to get an Audi, right? I got a family, so I'd have to get this guy. R8, cool looking. Still 2-seater. You're going to have another one. Maybe RSQ8. I go with that. That's probably my favorite. One of my favorite SUVs as well. Besides the, Lamborghini Urus or anything like that. But rambles. All right. What do you think? What do you hear? What do you know? What do you see? Cinco de Veneno. Just made that name up. It's not his real name. He won't even talk.